Okay, so I'm gambling this with it not going, saying, oh, storage is full, which probably will. I think my last video was like, what, 20 minutes at the most? Again, like I said before, I had an hour-long video, and I was able to do one of these after it, and be fine. And it was 17-minute video, and that was it. And then I did another video. And yeah, okay, so I need to reiterate this. There is a reason for why. I have a bunch of comics downloaded on digital, like Kindle, Marvel app, DC app, Image app, Vertigo app, which almost all of those are gone now. Even DC is gone. Because they want to all merge into Comixology, which I like the app, but you can't see prices. So what if the new, what if a Deadpool book comes in, it's like a 300-page spectacular. They never get that much. But like a 100-page anniversary issue. And I want to know if it's $10 or, less than $10. Or I want to know how much the new trade is on Kindle versus Comixology. There's just 1,000 reasons for why I don't like that. Because they just say wish list. You can't buy right off of Comixology, the app. You have to go on the website for whatever reason. It's not like it's a Kindle. Whether it's a Kindle, they don't want it to be basically replacement for the Kindle. I had the song wrong. They don't want, because the Kindle, they want you to buy the Kindle. But the app is kind of like if you don't have it. But if you want to buy off the Kindle, you get a Kindle, unless you want to go on Amazon, which is fine. And the Kindles aren't even, unless you get a Kindle Fire, they're not even in color, so reading comics on them is terrible, unless you only read Walking Dead. And, other comics. I know there's other comics that were black and white, but Walking Dead was the only one I could think of. That nagging feeling when you feel like you're forgetting something. I think it's because I took my phone out of my pocket. I did that to myself on the ride over, too. Alright, so one in the weird order, because I was looking at it upside the other way. Oh, that was the hardcover one. The other hardcover one. This one I figured would be hardcover. That's TMNT, The Original Years, as I like to call it, Volume 3. I don't know why they don't call that. They just call it the Ultimate Collection. Why don't I call it The Original Years, Volume 3? The years I'm going to be reading it and finishing it, in my opinion, at least. I'm sure the IDW years are good, but I like the old ones so far. They're really damn good. They're, so different than what you expect. It's because they didn't know what to do with it, and I think after the TV show came out, they're like, okay, let's make it more like a TV show for marketing's sake, and the movies came out, let's make it more like the movies for marketing's sake. I think now it's kind of just more cartoony than the Frank Miller inspired original. I could be wrong. I have not read any of them. But there was a couple I was reading that was still same author and artist. That was And that was a newer year, so the modern era, I should say. Newer year sounds stupid. New Avengers Volume 6. I want to make sure it's the right one. Yes. So I was saying Revolution in my head. It's called Revolution. I do that with Fear the Reaper too, which I'll be reviewing today. Is this the right one? Yes. I did it twice now. Justice League Archives #1. I only got it because I saw the Suicide Squad movie, and now I want to see what Sorrow's first appearance is like. I'm sure I won't like it. I'm sure I won't like this dated era of Justice League. I like the movie though. The movie was good. I liked how it was much better than the original. And I'm definitely getting it on Blu-ray because I have the original on Blu-ray, and I feel like it's a disservice to not get the new one, new and improved. It actually is. That's the best way. That's the best way to explain the Suicide Squad, is that it's new and improved from the original, which came out 5 years ago. Feels like much longer. The greatest Batman stories ever told. Now this one is a like with my Detective Comics, all those ones. It's just a collection of older stories and newer stories too, when this came out at least. It's just, it looks interesting. It's not just Batman, it's like Batman, take Detective Comics, bunch of them. It looks like almost all its older stuff, so that's awesome. I don't know when this trade came out. This trade is pretty old. Oh, they just show you all these at the end? That's nice. Yeah, I was interested in getting like one of those books. There was 2 of them I was supposed to get. That one and another one. The other one never came in, and it would have come in with Flash, Silver Age Flash. Whatever that one was called. Oh, Two Flashes Worlds. Flash of 2 Worlds. This one is a total gamble. I've had the second issue of this in a grab bag for the longest time because I got it like 5 years ago, and it's Fantastic Four by Matt Fraction Volume 1. I probably should have just read the second issue. I have issue 2. I probably should have read that to begin with, because I've heard his Matt Fraction's run ain't too great. And then this is a 4-issue miniseries. Thought so. Then Deadpool Illustrated. Now, the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe is part of a killology from Cullen Bunn. That's what they call it. That's what they coined it now. I guess not now. It's always been like that. But anyways, I thought this was the third one, but it wasn't. This is the second one. And then Deadpool Kills Deadpool is the third one. And then they have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again, which, I mean, I might have to buy myself. I think it's out of print, actually. I may have to get it either when a Deadpool sale, either when there's another Deadpool sale, Cullen Bunn sale or something, or just buy it myself. Like when it's not too expensive. And now I have service, and I'm home. Yeah, my phone is so weird now. It's getting older, but it's not an excuse. Everything else works fine on this phone. Okay, so now it's reading recommendations. Game Night, the movie. Now I'll do Rambo 2. Rambo 2. I'll do like kind of like back to back. Game Night I really enjoyed. A bit slow at first, but I think it's like because I actually felt the same way about Suicide Squad. But I think it's because they say, oh, there's 1,000 twists in this movie, and I'm like, let's go, and I'm like really excited for all the twists that are gonna come. And then I have to wait for the actual plot to get going. It took a little while to get going, and I was like, why are we focusing on this? This is kind of but it makes sense in the end. Like everything, there's no filler moments in the movie at all. Everything has a point in being there. Rambo, I also really liked a lot more than Game Night. I heard all the sequels suck, so I'll probably just stick to the first one. I heard the remake, because they also call it Rambo, is pretty good, even though it's not a remake, it's just like a, maybe just call it Rambo 2009. It's the 2009 one. It's not a remake, I don't know why I said that. And I kind of want to see Last Blood, just to see what all the controversy is all about. Inkle, I did not review that last time. I completely forgot about it. I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was, like, really weird. And again, it's one of those books where there's a difference between confusing good and confusing bad. Confusing good is you're along for the ride, because it doesn't make any sense, but you're like, I want to see if this is going, you know? There's at least something there that I'm interested in, or these characters I'm interested in, or something like that. There's at least something that's going to keep me reading this series. There was nothing in Inkle. Inkle was just Dune, and it actually is Dune. But when I've heard it, they were going to do the author, the French author, so I'm not going to say his name, but I don't even remember his name. But I said it like I was like making a point. I wasn't. The only point being I don't remember his name, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But anyways, correctly. Anyways, there's just nothing there. It was kind of boring too. Every issue was 50 pages, and I felt every page for the most part. It was pretty fast paced for the most part. Some pages were fast paced. Others were just kind of dragged on. It wasn't making any sense. And at least some of Grant Morrison's books have at least made some sort of sense, you know? Like I can say, oh, they're here right now. I can't tell you much more than that, but they're here right now. In Inkle, yeah, I could, but I'm like, it's just, I don't know, it was not interesting. It's really tough to explain what the difference between good confusing and bad confusing. But just know that, why did I say that so weirdly? But no, like bad confusing is you don't care about anything that's going on, you're bored. And good confusing is that you're along for the ride. Like, it's so insane. You're just like, what the hell? Like, that's so awesome, kind of thing. Royals, Royal City, Volume 1. Volume 1. Sorry, I was distracted. Royal City, Volume 3 of 3. Pretty damn good series. It's, again, like I said before, it has nothing to do with superheroes or anything like that. I don't want to say anything to do like that. But it's nothing. It's just a kind of slice of life type of comic, where it's just a family drama, and it's so damn interesting. I was invested into the characters from page 1, basically. It was such a damn good series, and I really wish that, even though it ends on a high note, and I wouldn't want, like, everything is wrapped up in a nice little package. There's no cliffhangers, nothing like that. Oh, they could do this now. No, they can't. But I want more of that slice of life, family life from Jeff Lemire. And Family Tree, I think, is going to give me that, with an added twist of, some fantasy elements. Avengers Fear the Reaper. We were just talking about that one. So, Fear the Reaper was a 3-issue storyline written by Len Kaminsky. That was the only good those are the only good stories in that epic collection. Everything else was mediocre to bad. But one plus, other than the Len Kaminsky books, which Len Kaminsky, I want Len Kaminsky on Avengers now. He is such a damn good writer. It was so damn fast paced. Every issue took me at the most 15 minutes to read. It was like 10 minutes, and I think one took me 5 minutes to read, because it was so damn fast paced, and I was like, it was like a page turner, an actual page turner from the 90s. So let's get Len Kaminsky back. I hope he's not dead. I hope that I'm not being inconsiderate to anybody, any of Len Kaminsky's family. Let's look him up to make sure he's not dead. But yeah, that was the best part of it. Everything else just was okay. Of course, there's no Wikipedia, so I don't know. It doesn't show him right off that. Let's go. Reader. Yeah, is he dead or not? I don't know. I don't think he is. Not saying anything on it. Alright, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I didn't say anything on it. Anyways, but there's the Mark Grunwald stuff was what I was most reluctant to read. And one of them was terrible. One of them I was like, oh my god, I had to read 4, because there was a Fantastic Four one, that one I hated, which was kind of funny, because I thought that'd be the one I liked the most. And the, one right after would have been 53 pages, and almost all of it was Mark Grunwald. And I was like, no, why? And it turned out to be good. I actually liked that one. Because, again, that first one which reminded me everything that I didn't like about Mark Grunwald, all wrapped into one. So, other than that, everything else was pretty bad. The Roy Thomas Captain America one was pretty good, though. The Citizen Kane, the annuals were pretty good, except for that Fantastic Four one. Everything else sucked. The Bob Harris stuff was terrible. The Len Kaminsky stuff was amazing. So I know I'm jumbling, and again, all my words jumbled. But Len Kaminsky's 3-issue stories were awesome. The 4 annuals were great. So 7 issues that were really damn good. 3 issues were the best, obviously. The rest were just okay. Actually, no, one of the annuals wasn't great. So 6 issues out of 400 billion, because they have a bunch in an epic collection, were good. So, unless you have it at your local library, I wouldn't recommend getting it. But yeah, that Len Kaminsky, like, I cannot, I got out of YouTube, ran out of YouTube. I just canceled out of YouTube. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I do that. Chew, Volume 9 was just as good as ever. Volume 10. It's Volume 11. Sorry, Volume 11. I keep getting confused. Volume 11 of Chew. And that's right, too. I actually do have something to mention about this one. There's a huge twist that happens. And, like, it was like, oh my god, like, they're not gonna do that. And they kind of, like, backpedal and like, wow. That's a good explanation. They're so good at, like, subverting your expectations in that story. And that's, like, I want to be that good. So, Chew Volume 11 was really damn good. I got one volume left, and I'm sad to see that series go, but I'm done. But there is a spin-off, CHU, when Chew was called like CHCW. That's his daughter. It's gonna be his daughter. That's a spin-off series. It's currently going on. I might have to just end up buying the 2 volumes myself. Captain America, the Rick Remender series. Pretty good. I already solicited volume 2. It was a bit clunky, you know, it wasn't the best, but, and I still, because I haven't read much of Rick Remender's writing. All I've read is that, and his Venom run. And so far, his Venom run is the best. And his Venom run is so damn good so far. Then Scalped. So it was funny, Scalped Volume 1 ended on such a great note. But everything else before it was just okay, and it didn't blow me out of the water yet. This volume did. This volume was like, it was like Jason Aaron was like, okay, here's the setup. Okay, now let's go. And it was just going like so fast paced. Every issue was taking me for the most part. Every issue took me like 10 to 15 minutes to read, and so that doesn't sound like a lot to anyone who someone who doesn't know. It's just all of you. But usually a comic will take me 20 to 30 minutes to read. Maybe even like more. Those Avengers ones took me exactly 30 minutes to read. That Iron Fist 18 pages each took me 30 minutes to read. So something like this that takes me like 15 minutes to read, you know it's because it's good. Like half the time at the most. Yeah, such a damn good series. And I already solicited Volume 3. So glad that I decided to get Volume 2. I got so glad that the first volume had the last 2 issues in it, because it was the best. And you won't even follow the same characters for the most part as the last 2 issues did, or well, actually it was last 3 issues, because the 10 and 11 was Dino, and then issue 12 was back to normal, back to the regular characters. Okay, so Game Night, I give like a 7 out of 10. Rambo, I give like an 8.5. I almost said Inaction. Inkle, I would give like a 3 out of 10. It's not my thing. I'm probably doing a disservice to everybody because everyone has said how damn good that is. I think it's just kind of like it's too damn confusing. There's too much going on, and they're trying to. Another thing I got to mention about bad confusing is that they explain the science of everything that doesn't make sense, and you're like, I don't care. Stop explaining things I don't care about. Like, no, get back to the story. Royal City. Overall, I give like a 9.5 out of 10. That was such a damn good series. My highest recommendation. One of, obviously. Avengers, I give like a 5 out of 10. But the Len Kaminsky stuff, I give like a 9 out of 10. That was so damn good. And the annuals, I give like a 7 out of 10. Chew, I give like a 9 out of 10. 9.5. Cap, I give like a 7.5 out of 10. And Scalped, I give like a 9 out of 10. That's it. 18 minutes, wow.